Hello, my name's Shaolin. We, the young scientists, have covered a broad range of topics on the Darwin200 voyage. These include seawater nutrient analysis, seabirds, and marine life. Throughout all these topics, microplastics have cropped up on a regular basis, and with this, our interest grew along with our knowledge base around them. The aim of our microplastic research was to see the concentration in the waters surrounding the UK and Ireland and look into different sources of microplastics and fibres from our day-to-day lives. From the start of this voyage, samples were taken at different anchorages from various locations through a plankton net, then analysed through a microscope by counting each individual particle. This gave us a decent estimate of the concentration of our waters. The results were consistent, and particles were found at each location, no matter how urban or rural they were. We then went on to search for sources of microplastics on our vessel. We did this by taking air samples from the dining room and other samples from the deck scrubbings and the washing machine's drained water. The air samples from the dining room came with a shocking surprise. We left 5 cups of water sitting around the room for 2 weeks, hoping to collect microplastic particles. We then mixed them, analysed them, and concluded that 2,000 particles had been accumulated over this period of time. We then calculated that if the cups had covered the whole surface area of the dining room, within 2 weeks we would have collected a staggering 3.85 million pieces of microplastic. This is a shocking amount. We then continued to take a sample from the deck. How we did this is we hosed the dirt from the deck surface through a plankton net and into a cup. We then analysed it through a microscope. As disgusting as this was, the results were consistent and in great proportion, with 2,805 particles found floating on the surface. This excluded everything that sunk to the bottom. Who knows what we could have collected from the deep? Last but not least, the washing machine sample came about with me timing the end of a random clothing wash to get a tub of drained water. From what I could see from the analysis through the microscope, I found an immeasurable amount of particles, but the fibres estimated to about 500,000, and that's per wash. On average, we did about 8 washes per day over the 2-month period. We can see now how dense our lives are with microplastics, as there are countless examples in the air, in the water, and even in our clothes. This is huge evidence to promote our desperate need to change the clothing materials we buy to more organic but yet sustainable materials. It's ultimately affecting our environment, and how much more of an impact on our wider environment do we need to have before we slow down, stop, and look at ourselves? Thanks for watching.